Welcome back for another week of Quorators, the hit podcast where we read quoras, and that's the whole thing. Now on crack.com. Play the music. Quorators. What?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's hi, I'm Alex, and this is Jeremy. We're the hosts of Quorators.
I thought you said play the music, and you're the one who has to play it. You physically had to press the button.
As a producer, I like to leave myself notes, and that allows me to perform at a level that I find professional.
Yeah.
Now, usually, Jeremy, I don't know if you've heard this. We opened the show by reading the quora we wrote last week.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we did a live show last week.
That's true.
And did not do a quora.
No.
So we're just going to get straight into it today.
Yeah, and we've moved channels. It's a new look for us.
100%. And if you're listening on your podcast, you have noticed the sound has not improved.
It's the same podcast.
And that is by design. So we got some great stuff for you. We're just going to get right into it.
Yeah, for people who are new to this, we're going to read questions from the website quora.com, which is a question asking website.
It's a question asking website.
And then we're going to say, that's dumb.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, that's what we're going to say.
Come on, man.
All right, so
stuff like that.
We've got all these segments. The first one is called Quaranting.
That's enough.
That's the Quaranting sound.
When you hear that sound, you know it's parenting questions on quora.com.
This is a huge section of Quora. It's just people who want to punish their children for being alive.
Well, it's a huge section of the world that has children, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Children are the future, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's many of them, so it's a big part of the website.
All right, well, this question is, I promised my son a PS5 if he got straight A's, and he did, but I don't want to give him a PS5. What should I do?
We've all been there. Yeah, you should. I have a PS5. They're great. Totally understand why your son wants one, but maybe he doesn't deserve it. I don't know.
Did you get your PS5 by getting straight A's in school?
No, I bought it with money. I think if the son wants a PS5, instead of getting straight A's, what he should do is just make $500. And then there's a whole solution right there for you, where you just take the dad out of the equation entirely.
Sure, yeah, you could cut out the middleman.
Could we focus, though?
Okay.
Why don't you want to give him a PS5?
Because it's $500. I don't know.
Is that why? Or is it like if I give him a PS5, he'll change? He won't be.
My son will become a different boy.
He'll stop online gaming with me on Steam.
You think it's that they're just co-op buddies?
He'll be missing clan night.
Oh, man. That's a gaming clan.
Oh, by the way, that's a gaming clan.
That's what we mean by that. So you never know. It could be a white supremacist Quora user. You truly never know.
That's roughly the 30% of the time. But let's see what the answers are.
The other 30% is police officers, but there's a lot of crossover. It's mostly the same people. Yeah, okay, let's read some answers. Aaron Weldon says, I guess I got to stop saying people's full names now that we're on Cracked.
This is your favorite thing to do, too.
It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing because Quora, like, people will say, like, an insane thing, like, I don't know, I just don't really like black people. And then you'll go in their profile and it's like, my name is Aaron and I live in this small town in Texas. And
Here is where I work. This is a picture of my son. I love him.
You're like, oh, I know your whole life. I'm not going to do anything, but it's weird.
Yeah, I hope this curbs your instinct to zooming in on people's addresses and livelihoods.
Yeah, this guy's only answered one question ever, and this is the one. He said,
loser!
He said, get ready for the shit storm when he stops trusting you and your empty bribes don't work anymore.
This is the son.
Be prepared to end up with the son that doesn't listen to you.
The son.
Also, congratulations on winning the game. Who's going to the cheap retirement home when they're older? Yeah, that's the son.
That's the son. He's saying that, and he's going to send you there.
Quora user here. I say your son's been very good.
It's hard to get A's in all of the classes. Even just a few A's is still good.
I think all the answers are going to say that. Okay, so here's an answer from, and I'm not going to dox this person, but their name is Genghis Khan.
Okay.
And their qualification is
I think
been
I've
a
worked
gamer.
with that guy.
Yeah, do you know him?
Yeah, he's from the steppe, the Mongolian steppe.
I always forget that you worked there for a bit after college.
Yeah,
Genghis Khan
I was
says,
a horse lord.
he says, go ahead and break your word. The kid shouldn't be respecting or believing a parent that routinely lies to him. He'll lose all respect for you, and as soon as he graduates, poof, he'll be gone like a fart in the wind and not want anything to do with you.
Honey.
That's
That was from
fact.
Genghis
Khan.
Who is a gamer.
He's renowned for his no nonsense put downs.
For those who don't know, on Quora, you can put like a little when you answer a question, it asks like why you can answer that, and you have to like write a little thing. And this guy wrote, "Been a gamer for over 40 years." Cool.
Also, if you don't know this on Quora, you don't have to put your real name and address.
No.
People just keep choosing to do that. It's either I am Genghis Khan or just like I live in Minnesota. This is my father.
I won't say this guy's full name, but it says his full name. It says his name is Michael, and he's got a photo of himself, and it says retired industrial engineer and product manager in Israel.
Wow,
And it's like,
you must
why
be
do
good
I
at raising kids.
Why do I need to know this for a guy who's just like, you suck as a parent?
This is for the respect, Jeremy.
that's
This is
true.
for the respect.
Whatever he learns from this can never be good.
Yeah, so I noticed Quora's really pushing the buy your son a PS5 thing.
Yeah.
No one is explaining how to get out of it, which is, I think, why the dad is
Right.
here.
So 0 people have answered the question.
You should have gone to a Thieves Guild chat.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to do things like not buy your son a PlayStation
This has
after he gets a good
so
report
many
card.
answers. I'm trying to. 808 answers collapsed.
Wow, we better read all of them.
I want to see if
Don't
there's
be
any.
a shitty parent, all right?
I want because usually those are the ones that are bad.
Just one of you explain how to do this heist.
You bet and lost. Time to pay up, dude. Like your son's gonna like take you to the basement and beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, I know every time I tell my son to get straight A's, I'm like, I'm gambling everything on this.
Put it all on B.
Oh, I pray he gets a B+.
Son is so dumb.
Yeah, his biology is his weakness.
Okay, that's enough of that one.
I believe we have juiced this lemon.
All right. Do you want to get into Quoromance?
I would like to get into Quoromance. All
Okay.
right, up next we have Quoromance.
It's Quoro.
Quoromance. These are today's top romantic questions. Turn that down a little bit here.
Beautiful.
You may notice the sound has changed from a certain movie's theme song before, and that is
Yes.
because we just felt like it.
All right. What? Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to do the whole romantic song. You know I love you, baby. You know I love you, baby.
For any new listeners who are here from crack.com, wholesome website crack.com, you should know that Quora is mostly a fetish website. And,
Okay, it's a question website.
it's a question website where people question you to answer their fetishes.
I don't think it has to be I stand by this question. Read the question, Jeremy.
All right, I'll read it. The question is simply, what is the nastiest thing done with a stepsister?
Huh. Stepsister. I have a stepsister.
Do you?
Yeah. I
What's
think
the
one. Well, I
nastiest?
didn't get like a stepsister till I was like already 27.
So you got straight A's in school?
Yeah, my dad was a son of a bitch. He bought me a girl. No, I didn't have a stepsister till I was like 27, so I don't think I have the weird
Sure.
porn relationship
Sure.
the way America does, apparently.
And they really do.
But in my mind, the nastiest thing you could do with a stepsister is like say you'll attend her wedding and then not show up.
Ooh, nasty.
Destroy her toys.
Ooh, sexy hunk disrespects family member.
Nasty doesn't have to be sexy. It could be cruel like
You
Jafar.
can just call her like a mean word.
You're a witch.
Your husband is ugly.
Hey, I do not think that. That is not what I came here to say.
All right.
I'm just saying one nasty thing would be to break her toys.
All right. Well, I can't read most of these answers because they're truly bad.
Okay, well, oh no, they are pretty bad. I totally get what.
Yeah.
There's got to be one in here though. There's got to just be, just one.
This question really is just like write me sex story. Write me a dirty story. I'm too lazy to look it up.
Which, you know what? It's worth reiterating as we have switched channels.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the website is about community sexual prose.
It really is. It really is.
It's about taking a bunch of pervs and then giving them a story.
Yeah. It's people who want you to do the work of, whatever.
Who was that?
It was a ghost. Boo. God, I can't read any of these. I really cannot read it. I'll read
lot of them are saying, well, they're saying that they had sex.
in gruesome detail.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's heavily implied in maybe 1,000 answers.
This is the only one I really can read, which
Okay.
is someone saying, my stepsisters were too ugly to do anything with.
Come
So
on.
that's the nicest one I
You
could
have
read.
beautiful stepsisters. You shouldn't treat them like that.
A lot of these images are blurred out.
That's fine. You don't need to click on what
I'm
those
not
are.
going to.
Sometimes on like Twitter or something, or I'm sorry, on X.com, you'll be scrolling your X and then you'll see a funny blurred image and then it's
Sure.
like Wile E. Coyote or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, had to steal your meme.
Yeah.
And he's painted a
And
tunnel
I
on the wall. He's taking a
laugh and
meme
laugh.
through. That's never the case on here. It is always.
It's always what you think it is.
It's always someone's stepsister.
This one I can read. It says, it's a sin to do nasty things with others. Live and let live. Your actions could hurt them and scar them forever.
That's a fact, though.
That is a fact.
It's a sin to do nasty.
with anyone.
Do not unto others that nasty stuff you do,
He
little
says,
man.
Be sensible
Said
and
God.
avoid. If you can't help others, don't be a disruptor/destroyer. Oh, you got to
Let's get the
that
sound
loud.
back up on that.
Okay, well, this is the most horrifying thing I've read in a while.
I'm
so
glad
gonna
we put
close
it in
that
there.
One. Yeah, we got that. How many minutes in? 10.
10. Early, crisp.
Got to get that in there right away.
Everyone's minds are fresh.
Welcome to Quorators. This question is, my husband tells me it's okay to keep cheating on me because God will forgive him after he repents. Why is he doing this to me?
Why is he doing
Okay,
this
so
to me?
the question is not, can he do this?
Oh, no. He
The
can
question
do
is
it
not,
all right.
is this logic flawed?
He keeps doing
The
it.
question is why?
I believe the question is, why is he doing this to me?
Now you're a Catholic man. You went to Catholic school.
That's right, Jeremy.
Is this? How do you feel about this? Is this technically allowed? If you can,
If he keeps repenting, he can do it as many times as he wants. And it seems like he wants to do it a lot
That's
of
not house
times.
rules.
That's house rules.
You could just do whatever you want.
I'll tell you what, it's God's house.
It's true. Aren't we all in God's house?
Aren't we all in God's house?
I'm always saying this as a Jewish person
I think he's doing it because he can't be stopped.
because there's no repercussions.
There's nothing we can do. Our hands are tied.
If you cheat on me one more time, I'm going to Quora. I will ask the Quora community.
We will get the internet on my side. What do the people think?
Former lawyer QR says, God forgives for mistakes we didn't intend to commit or the ones we committed and we sincerely repent for. God doesn't forgive those deeds which are carried out deliberately with the intention of repenting later and continuing with this pattern forever. God understands jokes very well.
Well, I think he does forgive it, though, is the thing, is because he's always forgiving everything.
Yeah, it's like his big move.
He loves forgiving things.
He's addicted to forgiving
He's addicted to. He has a button he hits and he laughs.
That was easy.
Yeah, he's got the Staples button.
If you cheat on your wife.
God is kind of the manager of Staples. Of the earth.
What is life if not a giant Staples? What is life if not getting printer paper?
It's a lot about folders.
Yeah, most people are just saying because he's an asshole. Your husband is very wrong. No one mocks God and gets away with it.
Come on.
God has left him because he serves Satan. He may die today and go without repenting. Thou shalt not commit adultery is one of God's commandments. That is true.
Okay, so there's an interesting workaround here, which is that he has to die before he repents. And then he can't get the forgiveness.
Now, it also does say Moses authorized divorce in adultery cases.
Those
So
are big facts.
I don't know what that's about. Moses was giving people divorces.
Yeah, they left that part out of most of the stories because people thought it was like kind of slow and litigious.
That part of the Bible.
The part where Moses is just like, sign these. show it to the other guy we're wandering the desert with.
When Jesus came around, he was like, I got to get better miracles than this.
This sucks.
I simply must have a better miracle than divorce.
I don't want to use any stamps. My goal is not to use any stamps.
Go to stamps.com for all your divorces. What else is here? Not really
No
anything.
answer so far on the why is he doing this to me.
No. They're
Why
just like,
is he
he's
doing
bad,
this
which
to
we don't,
me?
that's not the question.
Yeah,
Jerk.
but, that's why he's doing it, though. He's bad.
He's bad.
He's bad. He's like Michael Jackson, who made the album Bad. To be clear, we do not take sides here.
I'm going to take a side.
He's bad.
Beautifully done.
Thank you. I thought it was honey. I'm not going to lie.
What are you going for, honey, or no?
No, I'm just said it. Don't mind what I'm doing. You
Sorry,
keep your
I'm
eyes on
sorry,
the
I'm
road.
sorry.
Somebody has to drive here.
Everyone's just mad at the guy.
Everyone's mad.
They're saying you shouldn't be married to
He doesn't
this man
deserve you.
who has found a genius loophole in the system to cheat on you consistently.
Yeah, he's beat the game.
God's into it. He doesn't care.
He beat the whole damn game.
He's a narcissist.
I don't know
and
what this
ashamed.
guy looks like, but I am picturing Blade.
Why?
Because he's a cool guy who beat the game.
We watched Blade
Figured out
recently.
the code. We watched Blade.
And now it's hard not to picture anybody
bonus.
not being a.
I'm picturing a lot of people as
vampire
Blade.
hunter.
I'm not gonna lie.
What should we move on to Quora MD, or do we have more thoughts on? My husband tells me it's okay to cheat.
I
on
have
me?
no more thoughts. He looks like Blade in my head.
Okay.
I have shared my full judgment. I'm impressed everyone's taking your side here, though, because usually people are mean on the internet. Have you found that to be true?
To me, certainly.
At least to you. Maybe she's just like a better person than you are.
I keep cheating on my wife, though.
All right, let's get Quora MD going here.
Okay.
Welcome to Quora MD. Take a stroll down the hallways of the hospital
All right.
we call the internet. If you got cancer, we're going to tell you about it, and we're going to tell you have it even if you don't, because it's the internet, and
It's
you
the
Google,
internet.
do I have cancer, and then
The
Quora
answer
came
was
up.
yes.
And so we got some good questions for you today.
That really is the thing, though. If you Google pretty much anything, Quora will now come up.
Yeah, shout out to Quora, by the way.
Google has now crowdsourced all answers to just fucking dumbasses on the internet.
Quora's like Google's like little homie. He keeps with him, so he's trying to get like his own career going.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean Google's trying to get his own career, or Quora is?
Quora is. Google has an industrious career. He's used by many militaries around the world. And every time he's like, have you considered Quora?
Quora's my friend.
Ask him a question.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Like when like a famous comedian has like their buddy open for them, and the buddy's like not gonna be famous. And
Right.
that's how.
Oh,
I
but that's
relate
not
to
how
it.
I feel about Quora, but that is how I feel in general.
This question is: do nurses have a laugh if the patient has a micropenis?
Are you having a laugh?
Yeah. Now this question is, of course, written by Ricky Gervais,
Stop
famed.
having a laugh at me. I don't think they have a laugh.
No,
No, they probably see 100 of them every day.
they probably do.
Nurses love seeing micropenises.
It makes them so happy.
They think, how many could I fit in a jar a lot of the time? And questions like that.
Alex is a nurse.
It's not true. But what if it was? No,
These answers are all great. These are all terrific answers. By the way. I'm very excited.
I want to leave it open-ended that maybe one nasty nurse has a laugh.
Here's a nurse from Charlotte Linz,
Okay.
who I'm not going to dox, but she did study at the University of Alabama in Birmingham and does live in Gainesville, Florida. Shout out to Charlotte. Hope you're going to Fest.
We'll see you at Fest, Charlotte.
See you at the Less Than Jake show. She says, never. We did gasp at times for the opposite, but let me tell you a funny story. So she's saying that she and the nurse is like, if you take out your pants, you have a giant dick. The other nurse would be like, oh my God.
I'm easily startled. I thought that thing was going to shoot across the room and get me.
Is that an eel?
It's also just like somebody who's there because they have tuberculosis.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, your dick's big.
She says, a friend and I went to look at a timeshare. We got to talking to a young man who started asking questions. Finally, turns out he was having surgery in our hospital. Can't remember now what. And both of us at times worked recovery room. I don't know who started it, but we had him convinced. We always checked under the covers. And if the nurses liked what they saw, they tied a blue ribbon around his Henry. If we didn't approve of what he saw, we tied
Around
a pink
his
ribbon
Henry.
around his Henry. We had a nice lunch, answered his questions, and we all had fun. We did go to say hello to him before he was discharged to his room, and he was glad to see us. He was having an anxiety attack because he didn't have a ribbon. Was that bad or good? Joan and I burst out laughing and told him we made up the whole thing. It was a good thing he didn't have a ribbon. He started laughing with us, partially in relief, I think. And because we pulled the best joke on him. He said he had a story for years to come. No, we never did that again.
We made love shortly after.
And then the top comment is, childish and unprofessional.
Taken down.
How dare you?
Do not tie a ribbon on anyone's Henry. This is a hospital.
I am like the woman in that old story. I have a red ribbon around my Henry, but if you untie it, it will fall off.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Sorry to hear about your Henry.
It's not
like
really a funny story.
I love calling a penis a Henry.
Yeah, it's penis.
This will carry with me for the rest of my life.
Let's see. I have a friend whose wife is a nurse. One night she told him about a patient who was brought in unconscious, and they removed his clothes and discovered that his penis was at least 10 inches long and laid over his thigh and almost touched the bed. She said word started going around the hospital, and several nurses all came by the room to have a look at his gargantuan penis.
There's multiple stories confirmed.
Yeah, if
nurses
you have a big one, they will look at
penis.
it. They will call people in, I guess.
They'll tell friends. They'll find their friends and they'll show them your penis while you are very injured.
Heads up. If you have a giant dick, it's being
It's
seen.
not safe. This is why I tell all my friends with big penises, do not go to the hospital.
Yeah,
You
people
need
are
to find independent
constantly
care.
telling me not to go to the hospital.
Jeremy, it is not safe for you. They're going to turn you into the elephant man.
JM says, my wife is a phlebotomist who works at a hospital. She says the short answer is yes. The nurses and medical staff may giggle about a micropenis for a few minutes. But don't worry. An hour later, some guy will come in with a butternut squash stuck in his rectum, and they will forget all about anyone who came before.
So this just sounds like nurses are having a great time all day.
They're having a laugh.
They have a laugh. Well, they have to when they have a cry.
I mean, people always say nursing is one of the easiest jobs. One of the easy ones.
The sweetest sound in the world, the laughter of nurses.
This could also just be a fetish question.
You can have a laugh and then you have a cry when a sad thing comes in.
Sure.
And that way you have highs and lows. It's so important to nurse.
This guy says, Bernie Island says, I'm not a nurse, but I used to be heavily involved in the kink community. So that's extremely weird way to start this answer up.
It's the same thing.
Not a doctor, but I am a pervert. Pervert here.
I've had sex at the zoo. Let me answer your question.
He says, I've only seen one micropene in my life, and it was at a public venue. He'd gotten up on a table for some, quote, fun. No one was laughing, not one person. Everyone, male and female of every persuasion, was just really curious about trying not to turn the scene into a total gawk fest. A million questions. How does it work? What do you find pleasurable? Is he a grower or a shower? Etc.
It's a total gawk fest in here.
Granted, the environment was very sex and body positive, but I would hope nurses see enough in their day-to-day for it to just be another data point, and let's get on with things.
That's what I said. Also, important to understand about Benny Island, he is an int J.
He is.
That is his qualification for answering the question.
Knows about
Bernie. It's a lady Bernie.
I don't know. Yeah.
Short for Burnett?
I couldn't tell you.
Right in. Is it short for Burnett?
It's Burny. Whatever. Who cares?
It's a whole island of Bernies.
Here's a diagram of a penis.
Yeah, it's a sad one. Well, it is.
It is.
The diagram's sad. I don't think I can include it in the video.
You can't.
You'll have to take our word for it.
It
that
looks
it's sad.
like fucking.
I could put a pixelated square in the video.
Droopy.
Would you like that?
No, we don't like that.
Nobody likes
We
that.
don't need that in there.
Is that what you want?
Do you want us to have one episode on Cracked? We put a penis on episode 1.
Come on, we just got here. I taped my unknown soda.
You almost said it too, which is really funny.
No one knows what it is, but it is.
All right. Well, I'll read this last one from S. Scott Fields, who's a nurse. He says, not every fella is a shower, but a majority are growers. I would never laugh or even comment on a man's penis size. I have seen all sizes and never uttered one word about them. just like I wouldn't about a female's breast size or vagina.
I actually
Thanks,
salute
Scott.
the small penises.
I say thank you for your service.
Every part of the struggle holds up the next.
Having a micropenis makes you braver than the troops.
Thank you for having a penis.
One guy says, I have a micropenis. My name is Joe. Thank you, Joe. I'm gonna
Shout out to
that.
Joe. You're Quorators Joe of the Week. You shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joe. You're
Shout out to
Quorators
Joe. You're the Joe
Okay,
of the Week.
next question. Killing spree. If you get shot in the head with an ordinary gun, do you most likely lose your consciousness almost immediately? Sorry, almost instantly. And that's the gunshot.
You can press it.
Now imagine you're just sitting there and you hear.
Oh, okay. So the question is it all lights out after that?
I think it's
Is
gotta
it?
be,
So
right?
the question is it like
Well,
The
hold on.
Sopranos when you get shot in the head?
The question is, I think, what kind of gun?
Oh, it's a really big one to get
Well,
rid of me.
Because
Yeah,
that's
you're coming
not,
for the king.
that's not ordinary.
First of all, you come for the king. You better not miss.
That's the
'Cause
wire.
I'm coming
right?
back at you. Well, that's not just the wire.
Oh, I
Like
don't
kings
know.
say that. Like important people have always said that, and that's why I'm joining the
Famously,
pantheon.
King George
right
III
now.
said that during the
You
American Revolution.
He loved saying
You
that.
come for the king,
Where
George?
people would come for him.
He was talking to another George Washington.
Yeah, how big of a gun
Not
would?
George's back then.
I guess you were like point blank. Like, let's say I brought that heat into the studio right now.
Oh man,
I brought the heat
audio
in.
listeners, you have to just imagine Alex is pretending to shoot me in the head.
Trying to get the angle right.
Are there
they-
prop guns in here?
I am imagining specifically in Kill Bill, she gets shot in the
Okay.
head, and she's like, "It's not even a big deal." She just takes like a nap for a bit, and
Right.
then is back 100%.
So it's probably fine then, right?
But she does lose consciousness.
Okay. Some people survive getting shot in the head, like if you miss your brain.
Yeah, like the bride from Kill Bill.
Yeah. It was a real person.
Famously, lots of people try to shoot themselves in the head with a shotgun, and then they try to pull the trigger with their toes, and then they miss and just blow their face off, and then they are alive but don't have a face.
Yeah. So don't do that. That's our tip for the week.
We do not think that's cool. Well, yeah, I think you do
Tip
lose
of the week.
I think anything that hurts that much probably makes you lose consciousness.
I have to imagine getting shot in the head makes you lose consciousness.
I'm reading the sentence and I'm thinking, ouch.
I was gonna say the same thing. Someone
Yeah.
shoots you in the back of the head and you think, ouchie.
I hope it's not me, folks.
Yeah, couldn't be me. Straight up.
Somebody pointing
Angela,
out the use of ordinary gun is very funny.
Yeah.
It's not like a laser rifle or anything.
Well, that would be a whole different story.
It's not the Needler.
We have a killing spree button over there somewhere, right? Is that worth
We
it?
actually don't have a killing spree
Okay.
button. Did you know that?
I wasn't sure if it was on that board.
I forgot to bring it.
I'm getting roasted.
Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway, if I was going to shoot you in the head. Okay, yeah, go. What does it say?
Angela Jeffrey says a lot of stuff. Stop me if this gets too intense. I haven't read it beforehand. I know when I got shot in the face in 1993 with a 25 automatic handgun, I didn't feel a thing. I didn't know I had been shot until I went to speak and no sound came out. Then the room started spinning. I felt blood pouring down my face. I panicked, ran out the front door, and collapsed in the driveway. I felt myself slowly fading away. It was so hot that first day of August, yet I had not been so cold in my life. All right, Angela.
It's like this is happening to
yeah.
me.
Angela,
It's a beautiful story.
I get that you got shot in the face, but this isn't the time for your book.
Don't,
all right?
Getting shot in the face is not a whole personality, Angela.
Yeah. Liking Steven Universe is
Let people enjoy things.
shooting you in the face. Anyway, it sounds not fun, but she seems like she's fine.
Oh, it was so hot. Come on.
The bullet paralyzed my swallowing and voice box, shattered my right sinus cavity, a few back teeth on its way to lodge for the rest of my life.
I spent a lot of time
Damn.
on Quora now.
Now I'm just a Quora user.
I'm a real Quora head.
Now just dumb boys read my name and comments on the internet.
Okay, here's my question. Is this person's like post history all that kind of reminds me of getting shot in the face? Or is
Maybe.
it like
I mean, kidding aside, if I got shot in the face, I
I'd
would
bring it up
only talk
nonstop.
about it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what do you want for dinner? And I'd be like, well, considering the bullet's still in my throat.
How's my mouth look to you? Probably another intravenous feeding, I'd guess.
Okay, so she's answered 5 questions ever.
Okay.
Now, the first one is, would you rather have a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate on a chilly day? And she says hot chocolate.
Her response is, I was shot in the face. and can no longer enjoy either of those beverages.
She says hot chocolate. I agree with her. I'm going to upvote it.
Upvote.
This was 3 years ago. The next question, of course, is what's the worst thing that ever happened to you? Now, she does not say she got shot in the face.
Okay, that makes me think that she has not been shot in the face, and this was prose writing. This is prose writing and story building and world building, and she's building a world.
I did not see that coming. I
you
thought
ain't-
for sure the question, what is the worst thing that ever happened to you that ultimately became the best thing that ever happened to you? Okay, maybe that's why.
Oh.
Damn it. I
Well,
didn't
maybe
read the
she just
second.
doesn't feel positively about the face thing anymore.
I was shot in the face. Still sucks.
All right, we jumped on that one. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's our bad.
Our bad.
All right,
honestly.
then the one about getting shot in the face, so she answered that one.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Next question is, what would be the best and most painless way to cut off one finger with a tool that is quite easy to get? I'm researching for a book.
Now, is her response, as someone who got shot in the face,
No, she says
probably not a gun.
a meat slicer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those
And
are
then
an
the last
efficient
question
tool
is,
for these things.
Christians, when someone wishes to stop being a member of your specific religion, what steps must they take to remove themselves? And she just answers it.
This is one of those courses written like a puzzle.
Yes.
You got to puzzle your way out.
Dearest Angela.
All
right, well, I'm sorry for making fun of you, Angela. I feel pretty bad about it.
I don't feel bad about it. I think you're a liar.
Yeah. Alex thinks you're a liar. We can see your full face and photo, and we know where you live, and I feel bad about it.
That would be an
Not gonna
instant
say it.
spoiler on the thing. Does she have a face in the photo? Can you tell me that?
Yes. Oh, she does.
Yeah, so
I
that
zoom
sounds
in.
pretty f***ing relevant, doesn't it, Jeremy?
You can get like reconstruction though.
In 1993, you think you're getting like realistic
I'm
reconstruction?
looking at the
that
photo.
was
I
it?
do not think we should put it on the.
We are not putting it.
But-
That is not that kind of show.
I do see a photo of.
We're not going to
two
put a
women.
penis on. We're not going to put a woman with a face who lied about not having a face. These
Comment
are the things
below
that
if
you will
think
not
Angela's a liar about her traumatic event.
find. Are you on Team Angela or Team Jeremy? Sound off in the comments.
Wait, why Team Jeremy? Why am I the other one?
They never caught who did it. I'll leave the rest up to you. Do we have more time for the gun question? I think we're done. I think we're done with the gun question.
we're only 30 minutes in. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of
It's
questions.
just we
left.
have other good questions.
We have so many beautiful questions. Answer
doesn't
is if
all
you
have
get
to
shot in
be.
the head, it hurts a lot.
It hurts bad.
Ouchie. Okay. Actually, apparently a lot of people are fine afterwards. This guy walked up the stairs after.
Yeah, it's like not a big deal.
It's like probably fine.
Nurses see someone get shot in the head and they do not laugh,
They
but
put
they
a
do
blue
laugh
ribbon
if
on
there's a
you.
micropenis.
Okay, this is our religious segment. Religion,
Okay.
forbidden fruit.
It's in the song. You
Yeah,
don't
I
need to
know.
do
I'll
it.
run
Yeah, so here in Forbidden Fruit, we're asking the hard-hitting questions about faith. The big guy.
The big guy. Where do we go when we die?
Where do we go? Where do I go? I'm so lost in my sheep who's
Sure. How do I keep cheating on my wife? What can I
can't
do?
get enough. It's the betrayal that feels so good.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, right? It's all baked in.
I assume that's how that guy talks too.
Yeah. This question
Hannibal
is,
Lecter
and this is addressed to, it's about atheists. Do atheists have an explanation for eating bread and disrespecting holy body?
Now, one thing I've noticed, atheists be eating bread.
Ooh, they love it. They're like birds.
They take it down. They can't. Don't go out to an Italian restaurant with a bunch of atheists because you
oh
are
my God.
going to be
You're not gonna
taking
get
home
to
a
dinner.
lot of leftovers. I'll say that.
Do you think birds know they're eating the body of Christ when they're in the river?
I don't think they do, and that's why they are damned from start to finish.
That's why hell is filled with ducks.
No one has died for them, and for that they will be punished. What are the comments on this guy? They're either strongly for or against on this
Yeah.
kind of topic. We've noticed.
I mean, so just before we get into it, that doesn't actually count, right? Like, you can't just not eating bread. Bread isn't all. Not all bread is
Not all
Christ.
bread, but if you do it with a certain,
Hashtag not all bread.
first of all, back to the earlier question. God knows when you're playing games. God knows when you're playing games, because he's not afraid to take you to task if you're eating bread in a way that's like it's his body, but disrespectfully.
Sure.
If you're eating bread disrespectfully, God doesn't like it.
Do
That's
not
my
eat
final line.
disrespectful bread.
Just act like you've been there before. And by there, I mean Olive Garden.
Well, your family there.
That's correct.
When you're at Olive Garden or when you're hanging out with Dominic Toretto, your family. That's enough.
That's enough.
Beautiful.
I'm on the right board this time.
Do atheists need a reason to eat bread more than I like bread? I mean, if an atheist's, plural, eating bread disrespect the holy body, whatever this means, and taking into account that atheists don't believe in holy bodies, they are doing it no more and no less than theists eating bread. That is
Shut up.
Luciano Molino.
Shut up with that. It's
okay.
not like that.
This guy's got a pretty epic answer for us.
Okay.
He says, sure. I have a couple, actually. Ready?
Can I just
Here
add?
it is.
His name is Muddy.
And he has a bachelor's in audio engineer and auto theory.
Yeah, I'll say it does have where he works. Anyway, continue.
He lives in Australia. Shouts out to Muddy.
Shout out to Muddy.
Are you ready?
You in
Here
the
it
dirt.
is. He says, bread existed before Jesus. Eating bread is in no way an inherently religious statement. The Bible not only states that it must be unleavened bread. That's not true, right? Or maybe it is. I
No,
don't
that's
fucking
in there.
know.
That's part
okay.
of it. That's why you get the wafer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
get the
anything about
wafer.
religion. No self-raising flour, no yeast, but that is part of the communion ritual that allows transmutation into the flesh of Christ. My cheese and crackers on a Friday afternoon are therefore not heretical to your creed. That's exactly what I think.
I'm Muddy.
That would be such a funny reason to go to hell.
I'm respectfully eating crackers. Yeah, it would be
dude.
funny. There's lots of funny
Ate too
reasons
many
to go to hell.
sandwiches.
Hell is like a funny place.
I'm an atheist. When I was in college, I had a very religious roommate who I remember asking him once, like, do you just straight up believe that I will go to hell for all eternity? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, cool.
Wow. What do you want for dinner?
Yeah, bread.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yum, 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 yum.
You do love bread. You can't get
This
enough
guy
of
says,
bread.
yes, I don't give a goddamn about the holy body.
Hey!
I myself like mopping up spaghetti sauce with garlic, holy body. Damn, dude.
What did I say about Olive Garden?
That's Michael
What did
J.
I say?
Hornblower.
Michael
And
J.
he's an
Hornblower?
atheist of Quora.
You
That's
gotta
his
go back
bio.
to church, Michael J. Hornblower.
Look at that picture of him.
You gotta go
He's
to
doing
church.
the like snarky like.
Yeah,
He looks like
he's blowing your horn right there.
He's doing the Walter Matthau from the end of Taking a Pill in 1, 2, 3. Michael J. Hornblower Esquire. He's a healthcare professional.
There's so many of these. Is it
must
just
stop.
that nurses they need a rush between visits? That can only be
Nurses?
satisfied by quora. Yeah.
Well, if they haven't seen enough micropenises.
Yeah, so you don't know every day if you're going to get a funny penis. You might need to read quora and kind of keep the rush going.
I just cannot imagine getting called into another room to look at a penis.
Uh-oh.
You gotta see this.
It looks like a lightning strike.
Get your blue ribbon. Yeah, that's a lightning. It's a
Which
Harry
ribbon
Potter
should I
style
bring?
penis. Okay, next question. I named my baby daughter Lucifer. My close friends think I am satanic. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's all right.
You can do that. No one's gonna stop you.
It's not
It's a very pretty name.
Judgment-free zone.
Lucifer. It's a nice name for a girl.
It's all right.
You don't like it?
I don't. First, I do associate it with like a masculine name, and that's something I'm trying to outgrow.
Yeah, you really need to lose that.
I'm trying to.
I've
learn
been meaning to talk to you about that.
about every
How
time
do you
I
think
see
of-
it, I'll get like a DoorDash from Lucifer, and I'll be like, "Thanks for the food, bro." I'll look up with the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, just glowing with a heavenly glow.
Yeah.
If you're not satanic, I think you could probably save some steps and not name your daughter Lucifer, and then
Sure.
the confusion won't happen, which I think is what we're talking
Weird
about.
choice. Weird choice.
It's somewhat weird. Did you just like roll dice with sounds?
I
and
named my
put that one
daughter
together?
the devil. The devil
Everyone's
Kaplowitz.
mad at me at church.
My new daughter is named God Sucks.
I actually think I could see this being the other way and being a super religious person and being like, Lucifer, before his fall, was
Sure.
renowned for his great prowess. Or,
I like
you know.
that you're doing it in the Jordan Peterson voice, though.
He was a teller of stories.
For those who are new, Jordan Peterson famously, to us at least, got his start on Quora.
He's a quora guy.
Famed loser, Jordan Peterson. Sorry if any of the cracked heads love him.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to
But
take
he's
no
on
prisoners.
Anyway, yeah, it's okay to name your daughter that.
Yeah, you could do it. No one cares.
What are the responses? Everyone really mad?
Your question is about what people think about you, not the poor little girl who's about to be named after the devil.
Oh,
That is
judgment. We're
so-
judging.
So narcissistic. Think about the complex your poor daughter would have growing up with that name and how bullied she would be. Think about her while naming her, not yourself.
You can feel her pointing her finger at this proud.
I don't think that I would bully a kid named Lucifer. I think A, I'd be scared, and B, I'd think it's kind of cool.
There's gotta be a second where you're like about to be like, Lucifer, you got paste on your fingers. Your paste fingers, Lucifer. Some innocent childhood bullying, and then you consider. Is this the devil? Is this like the real devil? The devil?
Yeah, or am I like in the Omen?
Yeah, exactly. Because the devil's a child like half of the time.
Also,
it's one of the funniest forms for him.
It is really. He loves that.
He thinks it's so funny.
Dracula likes to be a dog.
If the devil went to the hospital, the nurses would laugh because his penis is so big.
Not if he's a kid.
No, even if he's a kid, he's the devil. He can have a big penis if he's a kid.
I don't know that we should.
He's the devil.
I don't know that we should.
There's no rules.
I don't think we should be pulling in nurses like, you got to check out this kid's dick.
If you're a nurse and you see the devil, even if he has a big penis, just leave him alone. Wheel him outside if you can.
Don't do it.
Leave him for another hospital.
Also, kids like aren't making fun of you based on your name. I feel like they sense weakness in you, and then they make fun of you. Like
attack.
Kids, my name's Jeremy. When I was in middle school,
you were so strong.
I was so strong. I remember one kid would call me Germany just to be mean, which like doesn't make sense. It's not even mean. But like they're not like thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like middle school kids aren't like, I gotta come up with the funniest insult today. They're just like, your name is Lucifer? That sounds like Lucy. You're dumb.
Hey, why don't you go retake the Rhineland? Stuff like that. There's just every school's got that one kid who knows too much about Germany.
Sure. Hey, Otto von Bismarck. Why don't you go reunify your sneakers? Your shoes are untied.
I'm feeling some tension between us, like you're Prussia. That's a thing that they could say.
They could say it, and they did often.
Wearing a pork pie hat. That's just what the German kid is like.
Anyway, if my name was Lucifer, I like to think people would not be scared of me.
People would think you're cool.
Did I mean to upvote this? Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. We believe in these answers.
Lauren says, are you crazy? First of all, that's a really stupid name for a girl. Secondly, I feel really bad for that kid. She's going to be bullied, hated, and picked on throughout her whole life because you chose a stupid name for her. Why don't you name her Lucy? That would be much better. She's going to go by Lucy.
She goes by Lucy.
Until
it's short
she becomes
for
like
Lucifer.
an alt comic, and then she goes by Lucifer.
Yeah. She's the next Sarah Squirm.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Her name is literally Lucifer, and they have to give her a residency.
SNL is forced to hire you.
You're automatically the most alternative young woman by default.
Yeah, your daughter's gonna get tortured growing up. Again, I'm not making fun of anyone named Lucifer. That seems crazy. I'm maybe laughing at their penis.
Right.
That's about it.
Because it's so big.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's just mad. Oh, here someone goes, all right, my turn.
Great start to a quora.
My name is Stephanie. I was born in the United States. I went from my parents' divorce. I went with my mother to her hometown, Quebec City in Canada. Quebec is a French province in Canada.
Where is this going?
I was raised French.
Where is this going?
It's her turn. In French, they write Stephanie with an accent. My name does not have one since it's in English. Simple enough, right? No biggie, if only. My school years have been terrible for me. So fucking terrible. I've been bullied nonstop. Did nothing less than 6 different schools just for primary school because we moved. Yeah, but because I was bullied so much. Main reason I was bullied? Yup. My name.
My name was Stephanie. I'd never seen a Stephanie.
I would walk up to my teacher and tell them my name doesn't have an accent on it. Can you scratch it up? And the teacher jokingly would almost shout, oh, it's Stephanie? And of course, that would give the cue to the other students to start calling me that.
Attack her.
This is what I'm saying. Your name doesn't matter. Children sense weakness in you. That's how you get bullied. They're like, that girl sucks.
Yeah. Also, and just hearing from her now, she does kind of suck.
I'm ready to bully her.
She sucks now, and I hate when it's her turn.
There's 1,000 comments on this. I'm not reading the rest of it because it goes on so long.
Too much. If you give Stephanie an inch.
Oh my God.
She'll switch schools on you
ruler.
6 times. Outrageous young woman.
Yeah, I don't like her at all. I think she's bad.
I would be cruel to her if we saw her.
I'd be so cruel to you.
I would be so cruel.
All right, Forbidden Knowledge.
Let's hit that button.
This is the segment Forbidden Knowledge. There is a segment on Quora that is genuinely called Forbidden Knowledge. We think that's funny.
It has the secrets of the unknown, of the forbidden.
What could possibly behind this Quora door?
The dark curtain of the world.
So true. All right, so these are questions that we're not supposed to be asking, but Quora has asked them. And this question is very dangerous. How dangerous would Batman become if he learned magic?
Now, I think we should get this out of the way. Jeremy did not want to cover the Batman question. He thought that was nerd shit about no one cares if Batman learns magic.
Which means this is going to be everyone's favorite question.
Guess what? It's everyone's favorite. Batman is famous for not having any magic. And if he had some, I bet he'd really do a lot with it because he's such an inventive young man.
There's 3 answers. The first one is like 20
Somebody posted
comics.
a whole comic in here.
It's too many comics.
They went to their library, put a full Mark Millar spread onto the scanner machine, and then put it on Quora.
And then this guy, David Schur, says, Batman did learn stage magic, which is, I don't think, what we're asking.
No one's asking.
What if Batman knew sleight of hand?
When you say magic, do you mean Batman finding love?
What if Batman put a woman in a big box and pretended to cut her in half? No one cares.
No one cares about that.
We want to know if he could do like lightning bolts.
Do you think Christopher Nolan, when he did The Prestige, wanted it to be Batman?
Yeah.
And that was the premise?
He wanted it to be Batman versus Superman. That was the original.
Superman can't do any.
No.
He doesn't have the subtlety for it. He just punches the woman in half. It's easy for him.
He can catch the bullet.
And then he turns to the camera and he goes, child's play.
Superman says that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
This is your Man of Steel.
Wow. This is your Man of Steel? Really?
This is your Man of Steel? This guy just punched a woman in half.
Batman did learn stage magic. It's trusted by a variety of real magic users, so he has probably studied the real stuff himself. I don't know what that means. In DC, talent counts for a lot in using magic. It would seem that he doesn't have that talent. So when he needs serious magic, he calls on a friend or ally who does. Ordinary weapons cannot hurt or kill Batman. What?
Now, see, we're at the basis of the website again, which is not answering the question. What would happen if Batman had magic?
If Batman was shot with an ordinary gun, he would die.
Yeah, he has all those things where he's like, oh, I wore my body armor today, so I wasn't shot with a gun.
Yeah. This has 4 answers on it. And people are just like, oh, very astute point, sir.
Oh, upvote for you.
Upvote. I'm
He doesn't need magic.
Bad.
I want to know what would happen.
I'm going to say
No.
I'm going to comment. All right. That's not the kind of magic we want him to have.
I'm not buying you a PlayStation 5 because you keep going on
WTF?
different websites as me and commenting, and I hate it.
Do you actually not want me to do it?
You already did it.
I can
Just move on.
I can delete it.
Well, the next comment says, not very at all.
Not very at all.
Not
Why?
very at all.
He never uses 95% of the awesome stuff he has learned. He is a master of virtually every martial art, goes around straight punching everyone. Brilliant detective, usually just charges in punching people. Oh, and did I mention he mostly just punches people?
Is that true, though?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think I have the Batman knowledge to really say that.
I think he does some. He does some detective.
Okay. He's a great guy.
He's cool.
I like the last movie where he was sad.
Oh yeah.
It was funny to have Batman so sad.
The whole time I was watching that, I couldn't stop thinking that like if the Riddler was a real guy, I would follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'd be sending his tweets to people.
Absolutely. He'd be like, he has a good point.
Yeah, where he's like, riddle me this. What if we killed everyone in Gotham? And I was like, dude, he tweeted again.
Why does he not say riddle me this more?
He
That's
should.
my biggest complaint.
He really needs to.
I was so glad. I'm checking off on our preparation list. Riff about the new Batman 2022. Q1 2022.
Okay, we have one more segment. It's 5 Quo. It's our police segment.
Okay, let me
slam that
up.
Sound. This is not
a real siren.
Sound.
If you're listening to the podcast in the car, you're totally safe.
You're not being pulled over.
It's just
likely.
in the show, there's a siren.
Okay. This question is, why is it so cool to be a drug dealer in America? Is it because of Nancy Reagan?
Okay.
Why is it so cool?
So it's cool because you get a big stack of money.
Okay.
You sell your drugs. You acquire a lot of, some of it's on Venmo and stuff now.
Sure.
I'm sorry if you don't know, but a lot of it's online now, but a lot of people giving you 20s. They make a big stack. You're talking to someone. All of a sudden you say, hold on, I'm getting a call. Money phone.
Oh, you love the money phone.
Oh, hold on. Money's
You
gone.
love having the money phone.
Oh, shit.
It's the cool version
Looks
of the
like I got to go to
phone.
the bank. That's usually
Now,
it's never emergencies.
Where does
or anything.
Nancy Reagan come into this?
I think
Ronald Reagan's deceased wife.
so. There's two angles of this. One is that she was on TV being like, "Hey, drugs are like
Don't
eggs.
do drugs.
Drugs are pretty much eggs." She kept saying that, and that made people want to do drugs. Another thing is she's famous for kind of being like a superhead. So I wonder if people were like, if I sell enough drugs, can I get head from someone like Nancy Reagan, who's
Sure.
like the top of her field?
They did say
and
that she
giving
was
head?
famously the throat goat of Hollywood.
Yeah, and then Washington D.C., which is a major superpower, you know. So like,
Yes.
at the top of the empire, she's out there leading the game throat first.
Yeah, and good for her.
And before people
We
get mad
salute
at me,
her.
this is like a historical fact.
That is true. You can
It's
look
like
that
50
up.
years old. This is not biased. She's one of the top mouths in the game.
Yeah. This is crack.com. Fact-based website.
You can't get mad at me. Batman doesn't have magic.
Other shows are like, here's 10 things you didn't know about the Power Rangers. And we're like, did you know Nancy Reagan gave the best head?
She did, though.
She'll suck you dry.
She's a ghost now, right?
Yeah, she is a
If
ghost.
she's dead,
She's definitely dead,
I would
right?
feel bad saying this if she's still alive, just in the off chance that she's surfing cracked.
Sure.
And
let's
was
see.
like, wait a minute.
Yeah. She's just Googling crack.
I'm in minute 50
She
of
died in
Quorators
2016.
season 2.
She loves Quorators.
Yeah, there's
Nancy
some-
Reagan.
They got some wild stuff.
She
on
came
there.
in when we did the Master Chief episode, and she never left.
We do have an episode entirely about Master Chief. We cannot talk about that right now. Anyway, yeah, so I think it's
she's
to
dead.
get like a top bitch like Nancy Reagan on there. And you got to do it by selling drugs on your money phone.
You can sell any illegal drug that you want and get rich doing it because of the open southern border. Drugs are pouring in at a faster rate than ever before. I don't think that's true, Chris Miller.
Wait, read the last one.
All brought to you by President Joe Biden, the biggest mistake ever appointed to the White House.
So the answer is it's not Nancy Reagan.
It's
It's Joe
Joe
Biden.
Biden.
People want to be a drug dealer
Cool
to
Joe
impress
Biden.
Diamond Joe Biden.
Finally, they'll
The
think I'm
train
cool.
man. They want to hop on the money train with Diamond Joe.
I gotta be the next corn pop.
Yeah,
all I want.
He tells these inspirational tales about these guys who, like that they sell drugs.
Sure.
And they're the pillars of the community, and they're like, if that's what it takes to impress Joe Biden, I'll do it.
Imagine like if the conservatives were correct though, and like you could get invited to the White House for being so good at selling drugs. Like you're like a kid in high school or whatever, and instead of like the
All right.
rowing team, they bring the drug dealers.
All right, dap me up. Slam it.
Is that Joe Biden?
Yeah, slam it. Hey, can you tell I'm doing his catchphrase?
Yeah, he says slam it all the time.
Ha ha.
What are we doing here? You think he could dab?
He's always dabbing in the wrong direction. The paparazzi's catching
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, they're always making fun of him. And the conservatives are like, Biden has fumbled again.
He doesn't even know how to dab. All right. Read more of these all fantastic answers.
Okay, Will Rogers says, how in the world can you credit the late Nancy Reagan for it being, quote, cool to be slinging illegal narcotics around your neighborhood? Could it be that you're sampling too much of your own products to engage in rational thought?
Now, this person is engaging in psychological jujitsu.
This is Will Rogers.
It is a deadly gambit to engage.
He's
with.
an older man. He worked as an honorary doctorate in international law enforcement for the Baghdad police.
I did not see that coming.
I don't know what's going on.
That was
there.
really interesting. See, the thing is, it's also interesting.
He knows about guns and cancer, parentheses, disease.
Oh, no. And Baghdad Police College.
Okay, what is that? Is that in Iraq?
What do you mean, what is that?
No, but like, he's
It's
from
to
Texas. Is there
I
another?
assume it's teaching people in Baghdad
You think that's what it is?
police stuff. It's
Yeah.
teaching them how to like play games on your phone and stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's how we did it. We sent our Texas police officers, and they
Just
taught
explaining
them.
the different features on an iPhone.
So what you
to like
need
a
to
whole
do-
class.
This is Candy Crush.
How many of you know Flappy Bird? You may be forced to deploy him at a moment's notice.
Here is your tank.
There's a world of tanks.
Oh yeah. This guy says, no, being a drug dealer isn't necessarily a cool job. It pays well, but is illegal, of course. Sure.
That's the one downside.
As an addict, I can say that dealers have to, quote, deal with clients and that are shisty. A lot of dealers themselves are pretty shit people, and a lot of are overall interesting and nice people. It's a dead end at a certain point. Explain that 20-year gap on your resume.
That was a very frank answer from an addict.
I wonder if I'm surprised that nobody was like, yeah, you can deal drugs legally if you're a pharmacist.
Yeah,
nobody did that.
That's because it's not Reddit. That would be a Reddit response. True. All of these responses are ask Hunter Biden and then arrest him.
It does say ask Hunter Biden.
Half of the answers are Joe Biden is Nancy Reagan.
If I could be Hunter Biden, first question I'm asking is, you doing all these drugs because of Nancy?
Is this to impress Nancy?
Is this to impress Throat Goat Nancy?
Dead.
She's not around anymore. 2016.
Nancy Reagan won't see all the drugs you're doing, but I will.
Alex will suck your dick.
And then, I have sex with Hunter Biden. Unfortunately, that's what we're talking about.
He's putting a blue ribbon on it. Nancy Reagan will suck your Henry.
I forgot they're called Henrys. It made me laugh again.
No. All right,
we got one more in there. We got one more in the tank.
Okay. There's a lot of gun
questions. It's not a political show, folks.
No, it's not.
It's not a
just
political
a good
show.
time. Here's just a normal question. Someone breaks into your house and then if someone breaks into your house, I got to get this good for the TikToks. What are you going for, a sound?
I'm getting the gunshot.
If someone breaks into your house and then you grab your gun to confront him, what would you do if he laughs and shows you the bullets that were supposed to be in your gun? That's not happening.
Well, I don't have a laugh. You want me to find a laugh? I can't do that. A laugh is a basic sound that we should be getting for the board. But
hopefully we're getting laughs.
What would you do if he laughs and he shows you the... I should just record all the big laughs we're getting tonight. What would you do? Would you just focus for 1 second, please, on this very serious question?
This guy lives in an anime, right? You're an anime expert.
Yeah. And people do laugh a lot in anime. It's a funny... They're pretty much... Everyone's a nurse in anime.
It's like a slow... Like evil laugh, right? It's like and you drop the bullets one by one. They go cling, cling,
You'll be missing these. But what do I do? I'm like, oh damn. That's probably it.
So he breaks into your house. You grab your gun, and then he has the bullets, and he slowly drops them, and he laughs.
Oh.
This is. I've read that this happens to 1 in like 100 people across the United States every year.
If you do that, the guy has broken into your house to kill you.
You're
first
done.
Of all. He's like not there for material objects.
Great job. You're talking to a young girl named Lucifer.
He's there to steal your life. But in terms of what I do, I either get a second gun that I've hidden just in case this happens, or I'm killed right then and there by a dastardly villain.
New listeners should know that a big part of Quora is people asking what you would do if someone tries to kill you. And then you go like, well, I'd take out my knife and I'd slit their throat. Yeah,
and I would kill them. When they try to kill me, that's when I'm killing them. It's my signature move.
All right, so there's a bunch of people here who are just giving little scenarios. This guy, this is so f***ing long. Oh, my God.
That's like a 3-act play.
It's like a movie script. All right, I'm going to read a little bit of it.
There's a lot of tit for tat in there.
Now, this is a person named Murphy Barrett.
Do you want to read the first scene?
She calls herself Mrs. Me. So she said, how about this? I'll be Mrs. Me, you be me.
Okay, I can read it.
Wait, who's which? Who's burglar?
All right, I'm going to be Mrs. Me and burglar.
Oh, this is the guy. This is his wife.
It's me.
Mrs. Me is the wife.
I understand completely. I think everyone gets it.
Okay, I'll be me. You be the Mrs. and I'll be the burglar.
I feel like me is going to end up talking to the burglar a lot.
Okay, I'll be
Not
Mrs.
to drag
you
this
be me.
thing out any
I'll
longer.
be Mrs. You be me. I'll be the burglar.
Okay, I'm me.
Sir, wake up. There's someone in the house.
Of course there is, kitten. There's 5 of us plus the cat and dog.
I mean an intruder.
All right, I'll go check. Fetch his pistol, too tired and dopey to actually check that it's loaded because the premise of the question demands it. Confront, and then I confront intruder in living room. It's not standard playwriting format. It's kind of avant-garde.
Done.
Hello, I'll be ruining your burglary tonight. Put your hands up and get on your knees.
Hi, you think you scared me? Dramatically drops bullets onto the floor.
Pulls trigger. Hey, he could be lying. Click. Bollocks.
Oh, he's British.
Bollocks. Throws gun as distraction, grabs sword from wall, have at the villain.
A sword? Well, what are you going to do with the sword? All right, this is enough of this.
Yeah, we got
the
the sword.
idea.
It's
it goes
really
on
gonna
very
get out of
long. He calls his wife kitten. He's British.
He says bollocks.
We don't like any of that. I want to read the comments.
You guys don't want to hear
this
about
has
that.
2,500 upvotes, and all the comments are just like, well done.
An excellent sword
I
grab, sir.
concur. This is by far my favorite answer I've ever read on here.
I hope Hunter Biden doesn't break into your house, sir.
This guy says, you are an amazing human, and you should write books.
Okay.
And the guy says, I'm working on a sci-fi now that I plan to publish via Amazon when it's done. If that goes well, I may publish some other work.
All right, this was 4 years ago. Is there a sci-fi app?
That's the question. This guy's name is Murphy Barrett.
We're going to the post history to see if he has published sci-fi.
He's done 3,000 posts, though.
All right.
There's no way this guy published a book. We would know.
We would know.
He's been posted. He posted 6 hours ago.
I read a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah,
And
that
I
too.
would know.
That too.
And so he hasn't.
He hasn't done it.
He gave up on the dream.
His name is, let me look at it, Orson C. Scott Card.
Never heard of him.
Do we want to read any more of these? All of these are the same thing. They're all quotes. Stop right there. I'm warning you, have a gun. The intruder. So what? I have your bullets. Wait, what? How'd you get my bullets? Don't tell me you snuck in and unloaded them while I was sleeping. Why not? Because, idiot, anyone with a brain would have taken my gun, too.
Jeremy, they're all too long to read. They're all really long. You have to hit the more button, and it's a full play. So in the end, the answer is you got to write a play about it.
Yep.
You have to write a play and tell people what it's like when it happens.
Yeah,
so
and then you have to publish your science fiction novel.
You have to do it. All right, so that's going to be all the Quoras for us this week. Thanks for dropping on down. Now, we do end every single show with kind of our signature segment here.
Oh, yes.
Debatably our only segment.
Yes.
And that is, of course, asking a question to the website for next week.
That way we can read the answers in the next episode.
I have more thoughts about getting shot in the face.
Okay, I have thoughts about nurses laughing at my penis.
How do we combine these ideas?
How do we make a little peanut butter jelly sandwich out of that?
If you're a nurse.
If I've been shot in the face.
See, but these are two flavors that do not go together is the problem I'm having. If you're a nurse.
If I get shot in the penis, will a nurse laugh at it?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay.
pretty good. I feel like we'll farm engagement with that. People want to answer a Quora like that.
If I get shot in the penis,
Write that up.
will
All right, Jeremy's writing it up.
the nurses laugh at it?
So we got new Quoras for you every week. Please come on down to the channel. If you like the show, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Quorators. We are the Quorators podcast. We read Quora. I feel like everyone understands what's happening
It's not complicated.
here. Here's the theme song.
Thanks for listening.